particularly proud and happy about the young filmmakers, actors, singers, writers, producers that are coming up behind my generation. In particular, Barry Jenkins. Young people understand this young man made 10, 15, 20 short films before he got the opportunity to make Moonlight. So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson, Pete Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Welcome, 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 welcome. It is June the 11th, 2018. You're in the studios of WLTT 1180 AM. I'm your host, Dawood El-Amin. The show is called No Covers, Live, Straight Talk, No Chaser. We're coming to you out of the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. I love saying that, port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. And I'm from Virginia, and I love saying the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. That's my home now. The port city. We're coming to you live today, 910-765-0097. Let me give you that number again. I will post it on the Facebook Live page and also the Gospel Joy page. So you want to call in today, you can call in at 910-765-0097. I'm going to post that right now so you have it where you can call in, talk live. I won't bite, I promise. Theodore, call in. I won't bite. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Top of the hour news. The CLI Radio presents the Make of an Impact Banquet. I got to keep reminding you of this. June 23rd. We're getting close now. It's 11. We got about, what's that, 12 more days, 13 more days? 12 more days. June the 23rd, 2018 at 7 p.m. We're having the Making Impact Banquet at the Coastline Convention Center. Ticket prices are $45 a person. Table of $360. Table of 9 is $360. Now, before the end of the show today, I want to sell 2 tickets because I have a no covers table that I got to fill. And if I don't fill it, I got to find a way to pay for it. I got to make sure my table is paid for. Y'all call in today. Make sure y'all call in. Call into the station and ask for Brenda. Tell her you want tickets to the Making an Impact Banquet here at the CLI Radio Making of Impact Banquet. Night of music, honorees. We're going to honor some people that you might want to come out. We're going to honor some people that you haven't heard of. Silent auction. Come out for a night and support the Wilmington. And I keep saying this. I got to keep saying this. This is the only that I know of in this area Black-owned radio station. And been for years, a Black-owned radio station. And you all know how I am about Black-owned. You know, I got the No Covers has the By the Black directory, which over 300 vendors listed in it, and WLTT and Gospel Joy is one of those stations that are listed. Support them. Support what they're doing because these airwaves give us a way to talk. You all wouldn't hear me on another station. I'm just trying to tell you. I had an interesting call this weekend, you all. It's so beautiful how things work out. I was talking to a brother friend of mine, and he said he was talking to a pastor, and the pastor, I want to give you thanks for that because that enlightened me because he said, man, your boy is doing a wonderful job on the radio, and that just gave me some more spunk. I was like, okay, yeah. He said he's doing a wonderful job because he understands that on any other radio station, you wouldn't hear this kind of commentary. They ain't trying to hear it. You wouldn't hear an hour commentary dealing with African-American issues, our issues, what the issues that plague us in the community, issues that we deal with. You don't get this regular. And so I'm pleased to be here. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to present it to you. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're pleased to just be here at the CLI family, at the CLI. So support the Making an Impact Banquet. Come out, show your support. Let's pack the house that night. Let's fill it. Did I have a caller call in already? Oh, I got callers trying to reach me on another line. I won't be in. Hey, well, go ahead, do that. I appreciate that, Nicole. Whatever you can do, whatever helps. So I want to talk today. I want to talk to the family today because I want you to give you some inspiration. James, peace. Hey, James, I saw you this weekend with your daughters. Hey, man, that's a good look. You know we go back a long way. I saw that. I appreciate you with your daughters. Nicole, I appreciate your support. Theodore, as always, I appreciate support. And I see Michael Caraway is on the line as usual. He is my ace dog. Hey, Mike, I got an off branch before I go into this, Mike. This Trump getting slick, and so I'm gonna need your advice on this, Mike, down because he getting slick. I mean, this summit. I mean, really, has anybody else pulled off the summit with Korea? So he getting slick. I just want y'all to know that he getting real slick. He playing slick politics right now. He's got past all the other stuff you caught him. We got to get busy, y'all. We got to get busy. We really got to get busy because he getting slick, and we got to make a decision. Is it, I don't know. Is it good or bad? He does a lot of bad, and he does a lot of good. Every president does a lot of bad and does good. America still keeps moving on, so let's roll. We got to take care of ourselves. So I want to talk today to my graduates. I want you, the family, to talk to the graduates that have graduated. And I want to present some facts to you today that made me write what I wrote this morning. I got a lot of comments already on what I wrote this morning about to the graduates and where that came from. It came from a fear factor of what they're facing and what they're going through and what we're not telling them truthfully of what they're facing. Because the graduates of 2018 are not facing what I faced in 1983. I graduated in 1983. No, yeah, 83. So I graduated in 1983. What I faced then, I was under Reagan. I went straight to the military. I knew where I was going. I went straight on in. Joined, went overseas, and stayed for 2 years. And benefited because I got a lot of benefits from the Reagan administration. I'm sorry to say that, but I did. Let me give you some rates right now. In the state of nationwide rates of graduation. So this is why you got to give kudos to everyone that graduated. First of all, I want to first give kudos to every student that graduated this weekend, graduated from college, university, got their masters, their doctors. The national rate is 69% among blacks, 73% among Hispanics, and 86% among whites. That's the national rate. That's the national rate. 83% of whites graduate compared to 69% of blacks who graduate. That's of 31. What is that? 31. 31% of blacks don't make it through those. They don't get to walk across that stage. They don't make it. Off the gate, they done. North Carolina rates is 75% blacks, 73% Hispanic, and 85% whites. Now, I was amazed at the North Carolina rate because the North Carolina rate for blacks graduating was about 6% above the national average. I didn't know that. With the deplorable situation that we have in the schools district in North Carolina and the school district, especially New Hanover County, we still graduate 6% above the national rate when it comes to African American graduating. And that was big for me in North Carolina because I'm saying, wow, I see some of these school conditions down here. They pathetic. These deplorable schools, these inadequate books, the teachers that they send to the minority districts. Yeah, I've been in it. I've seen them. I mean, I've had a chance to travel through the school for 3 years. That's the advantage that I've had. I can say what I'm saying right now. The school system in this state is deplorable. So when I look at that and I say, Theodore 79107. I gotta talk to Theodore this morning. 765-0097. That's my direct line. I think you called on the office and you couldn't get through because I saw the call, but it called on the board. 910-765-0097 should send you straight to the board that I'm at. Try again if you can't get back through. Yeah, those numbers, 69% black, 73% Hispanic, and 83% white. That's the national rate. So if you have a student, if you have anybody in your family, if you have anybody that you connected to that graduated, make sure you give them the kudos. Make sure they know that we applaud their effort and what they did to graduate, because that's a big accomplishment. Now, after I say that, I have to give them the reality. And we do our children a disservice sometimes because we send them to the killing fields, man, and we don't give them reality what they facing when they get out there. Okay, you got your degree. Do you know the stakes just got higher for you? See, I explained that. I think I explained it clearly today in my writing. Darrell Brown, appreciate your echoes that you said on the writing that I did this morning. I appreciate those echoes. I think I try to make it clear that once they graduate, they become the new target, folks. The ones that don't graduate, he got them. They're in the system. If you don't graduate from high school as an African-American, male or female, you're almost doomed for failure. That's not to say you can't struggle and make it a job here, make it a job. That's not to say your life isn't going to be, but the statistics show, the numbers show that you're doomed without a high school education. Don't even try to see. I see so many times people say, well, it's not over yet. Yes, it is over. Without a high school education. Theodore, I see you calling again, and for some reason that is not ringing to my board. I got to get past the other here to find out what's going on this morning. Because, hold on. Let's see if I can get this way. I can't get it that way. Let me find out what's going on. We got a technical difficulty through it. I'm sorry about that. I'll find out what's going on. If you're not in that number, you're almost literally doomed for failure. Your success rate is low because you didn't graduate from high school. That's just a reality. I didn't make it this way. This is the system it is. We've come a long way. The 69% rate that we have now is better than the rate we had before of blacks graduating, but we still have 31% of blacks not graduating from school. That's bad. Folks, that's bad. I want you, 31% of black children do not graduate from school. That's bad. Number two, it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. As parents, it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable that we have 31% of black children not graduating from high school, 1 through 12. Now, I grant you, like I said this morning, I give you, they throw drugs community. They throw sex at them at an early age. I got this. They throw all the vices at them at an early age. The master of the game makes sure he throws everything possible to defeat them at an early age to make sure they don't overcome the 31%. But when are we going to stand up and say enough is enough? 31% not graduating is deplorable. 31% of black males and females not graduating from a school when all you have to do is sit down, read information, and give it back to them at one level and go to the next level and go to the next level and graduate. Because once you graduate, it turns a whole new playing field for you. And this is what we don't stress to our children. We're so busy in being the next LeBron. We're so busy in being the next T.I., the next Lil Wayne. We applaud when they can shake and dance at an early age. But we the last parents at this TTA meeting. We the last parents at the spelling bee. We the last parents at the after school library, which is free downtown, to take your children to get them some information where they can get a better grade in school, where they can get one step ahead of the next child next to them. We're the last parents to get there. Are we busy? What are we busy doing? We're busy working. We're busy trying to make money. We're busy trying to climb a ladder that we fail, and that's what I'm trying to get you all to see. It's not about us anymore. Folks, if you didn't make it, make sure your children make it. Folks, if you didn't make it, I got you, Aquanetta. I'm going to hit you right back. If you didn't make it, make sure your children made it. You didn't make it because circumstances came into play that made sure you didn't make it. Make sure your children have the tools and resources necessary to overcome those circumstances. I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm living proof. I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm living proof. I didn't have it easy, but I made sure. I'm not stroking my back, but I'm just being clear. Because when people tell me, well, we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that and we couldn't do this, we couldn't, I'm like, whoa, Jackson, whoa, Johnson. I know how to go to the library and get a library card and check out books. I know how to make sure that I cut the cartoons off and it was time for learning. I know how to use a switch when it was time to put discipline in my household. Oh, bad word. You can't use that no more. Who said so? They said so and you went for it. I'm sorry, I didn't. Sorry. Who said so? They said so, I didn't, and I used it. But James, I got James. Hey, James, but James, you remember that paddle with the 3 holes drilled in the back of it? You remember? He knows exactly what I'm talking about because we homeschooled our children, and we made sure they got the best education possible because we made sure we provided the best teachers for them and got the best education in a homeschool system, so that when they went back to the school, they was above level or if not on level. Yeah, you was there. He was there with the paddle. We made sure we pushed education. It is ridiculous for our children to be at 69% graduation rate. So now here we have 31% children that now we're left to deal with. Really, we got to deal with this 31% because yesterday, so I said today, after all the cookouts will go down, after y'all graduate the parties and everything is good and everything, boom, boom. Oh. All the cookouts gone. So now what we're gonna deal with? Okay, so let's look at the factors. I'm looking at y'all online. You all is on the radio audience. I'm talking online at 797650097, but I need to talk to them online right now because but James, we use the here, but they're bringing up some interesting comments, and I have to address these comments. Okay, so let's look at this number one. There is a factor of racism. That's what I said today in my letter. There is a fact of racism. It's going to exist. It's not going anywhere. If you expect racism to stop tomorrow, stop fooling yourself. It is not going anywhere. So therefore, racism is going to produce a system that's inadequate for your children. Okay? It's going to be an inferior system. Yeah, it's going to be a system of substandard education. But how was it in 1960 that Williston High School became one of the premier universities? I say university, not school, but one of the premier universities in this country. Williston High School was considered one of the top ranked schools of this country, with bad books, with what you call inadequate teachers, which you call an inferior education, yet it produced moguls. And when I say moguls, it produced moguls that are existing in our community today. Now, why is it that we can't complete the same thing? Because we sold out as a people to an inferior representation of our children. We sold out to allow our children to be educated by someone else, and we stopped educating them ourselves. Back in the day, mama educated me after school. I don't know about yours, but mine did. Back in the day, if I missed a spell of the word, I got a pop on my hand. I don't know about you, but it worked for me. Back in the day, if I couldn't do my multiplication table, oh, where's Frankie Roberts today? Frankie Roberts would kill me if we couldn't get these multiplications right. Because Seventh Adventist School over on 10th and Castle, they drilled in multiplication tables. You better know them left and right from 1 to 12. You better know your multiplication tables because we drilled it in you at that age. But we got comfortable. Folks, I'm sorry. I got to say it. I got to say the truth. If I don't tell you the truth, I would be doing you a disservice being on the air. We got comfortable. We integrated and got comfortable. We got lax. We don't cook anymore. We just give them a hamburger at McDonald's. We don't feed them right. We don't treat them right. We don't love them right. We don't take them out to the extra activities they need to go to. And it's a PTA meeting, we don't even show up. But let somebody put a 3-point across the line. Rah, rah, rah. Let somebody run 60 yards down the touchline on the sideline. We there with pom-poms all day long. But when it comes to education, we so behind. We are so behind. 69% blacks graduating yesterday is pathetic. Because now the 31% you got to deal with and I got to deal with. You got to buy more locks for your house. Yeah. The 31% that didn't graduate, you got to spend more money in taxes. Yeah. Yeah. The 31% that didn't graduate, you gonna have to pay for them one way or the other. Be it the prison system, the social service system, whatever system you come up with, you're going to have to pay. Even if it's the break-in system to your house. For the 31% that didn't make it, that didn't cross that line, you're going to have to pay. So we have to keep each other accountable. So I hear my choir over here where I take care of mine. They didn't take care of theirs. Yeah, but theirs about to break into your house next week. So we better learn. Aquanetta, my son went to Ephesus. A lot of people don't know. My son went to Ephesus. I'm an Ephesus alumni. The Ephesus saved my son's life. Because at the time, I didn't know what to do with him. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina. Let me tell you our Ephesus story if y'all don't know real quick. I'm gonna jump off because Aquanetta brought a good point. She said Miss Tolson was no joke. Miss Todd, yeah. I sent my son over to Ephesus, and that wasn't really my faith. I mean, I wasn't, that wasn't my faith at the time. I used to, Pastor Howard was my man, that's what caught me there because when Pastor Howard came to town, I used to love Pastor Howard. And I would go on Sunday and especially go in the back room with the brothers to get my feet washed. I loved that experience because I thought it was so humbling to watch, I thought it was humbling. And just learning the whole Ephesus community. I love that community. And so I decided to send my son there because at the time I had a vision of creating an after school program or a school of my own, but I didn't have the resources. So with me having the resources, I didn't want my son to go to public school, my firstborn. And so I sent him to Ephesus. And Ephesus literally saved his life because it taught him the academia of learning. And it was a predominantly black school that still exists right here to this day over on the only that I know of black school in this city. We created one over on Dawson Street that I ran for 3 years, but we created a homeschool network. And what we did is after I got to a certain age, I pulled my son out of school and put him in a homeschool network that we created on Dawson Street. And we as a community, we had all our children go there. That's why James knows about the heater, because we made our children, and matter of fact, the teacher that we use at our school was a teacher from Ephesus. We use Math Like You Read. And so we brought the teacher from Ephesus over to our school, and he taught our children math. We taught them Spanish at an early age. We taught them piano lessons. We made sure they had the academic. We were infused on making sure they didn't fall into the 33%. Let me read you a quote that I pulled up this morning. This is from the Economic Policy Institute, just to get into my point. It says some 50 years despite the milestones, including the election of America's first black president, the economic landscape has barely changed for Black America. This is March 2012. According to the Economic Policy Institute, the number one reason for this is white racism, which leads to discrimination in unemployment, education, and housing. This is a quote from the Economic Policy Institute as close as March 2018. They wrote that. And what they were concerned about was the fact that racism, and they said white racism, they didn't say just, they said white racism leads to unemployment, education, and housing, unfair housing. So when our children get this diploma, so I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna get off the 31%. I'm gonna go to the 69%, the rest of the show. So when our children get this diploma, what are they to do with it? They get the diploma. This is part two. I didn't take a break, so this is part two. This is designed by the system. That's why we got rid of segregation. The movement in the 60s by people that came from the segregation South. We need to understand this. My mother worked for white folks' kitchens, and my father had a 5th grade education. This is Brother Theodore. I got to read this because I love this brother. My brother is retired college professor, and I'm retired letter carrier. We have 6 college graduates at MDD, MD, 2 teachers, one with 2 masters, one what owns her own business, and one with 2 engineering degrees. My brother and I both graduate from Williston Senior High School. See, he led into what I already said. Now, he was trying to call in, and I was relaying what went on with Wilmington. And how he was able to accomplish that in his generation and win out today. Because they had discipline. They had a fixed method focused on education. We're focused on the wrong things. We're focused on shooting the ball in the hoop, how to dance, how to party, we focus on everything else but education. And Bill Cosby said that he wasn't lying. I'm not even going to get into the Bill Cosby situation today, but he wasn't lying. When he said we won't buy hooks on phonics, they knew what he was saying. He's trying to get you to see something, man. We're spending $10, $40 for a basketball. We won't spend $30 for hooked on, $60 for hooked on phonics. $12 for a book in the house. Do you remember when the Bible used to be on your coffee table? Did I say something that wasn't supposed to? Do you remember that? Do you remember when the Bible used to be on the coffee table and not up in the closet? You walk in my house, you're going to see books. I'm sorry. I don't care where I live. When you walk in my house, you're going to see books. All books. From the Bible to a dictionary, you're going to see books when you walk in my house. If you don't have books in you, if you have children and they walk in their house and don't see books, what do we expect them to learn? Get books. Get off the computer. Get off the technology. Get books and put books back in the house. Now, let me go to the 2000. Let me go to the 69% because I got to wrap this up today. I got about 20 more minutes left. There's 29% that we have that it's 20. There's 21%. It's 21. I think I'm sure my math is right. 31%. It's 31% that we have that's not graduating. We got them. The 69% that we have, I need to deal with them for a minute. The 39% that we have, the 69% that we have that are graduating, make sure they understand what they're about to face. Racism at its biggest turn. See, here's the way the system works. He got them. The ones that didn't graduate, he got that 31%. He in his mind, in his calculation, I got them. Now to the 69%. And he gonna hit you with 3 different methods of responding. And here's where we get tricky at. Because I cannot tell you which method of responding to racism is right. I've responded all 3 different ways all over my life. And I can't tell you which way is right. There are some, because this is the only card he's got left to play on this generation. See, once you graduate from school and then you go start working on your bachelor's degree, you start working on your master's degree, then you start working on your PhD. That other stuff don't work for you no more. The drugs, it don't work for you no more. You got past that. The sex, it don't work for you no more. That don't work for you no more. The inadequate schools, oh, you get to go to UNCW next year. You get to go to Howard next year. You get to go to Stanford next year. You get to go to UCLA next year. You get to go to UNC next year. You get to go to Cambridge next year. You get to go to a school of higher learning next year. So now you got the libraries that you need. Oh, the inadequate school is no more. You're going to be, man, when I walked in the UNCW library for the first time, I had a field day. Lord. Lord knows when I went to UNC Chapel Hill and went to their library, for me, it was like paradise. Ooh, woo, books, input. Yeah. So you're going to now be exposed to the tools that you need. So the only tool he got left to use is racism. Because now you got all the tools you need. There's 69% that just walk across the stage, be it high school diploma, be it master's degree, be it PhD, whatever it was. Now the only tool he has to use is racism. He can use it on the workforce. He can use it with a college professor, or he can use it at 3 o'clock in the morning. It don't make no difference. He can still use the same card because the objective is to not let you win. The objective is to capture you. He's already captured 31% already. His objective is to capture the other 69%. Now here's how they got to beat the game. They have 3 ways to respond. Number 1, you can fight straight up, heads up. I remember me back in the day. Boy, when racism hit me when I was 21 years old, ooh, I was in the military too. Ooh, man, I'm fighting you straight up. We going round for round, tooth for tooth, nail for nail. That's how I was then. I was young. I won some and I lost some. But back in the day, when you hit me with racism, you slap me, I'm slapping you. I ain't turning no cheek for nothing. You slap me, I'm slapping you back. That's the way I used to be. The second method of fighting racism is act like it don't exist. That's a method. There are some people that fight with that method. They just smile. They hear the N-word at work. They don't bite you. That's what they do. They just trying to get a promotion. They're trying to go to the next level. I ain't bad at them. I used to be. I used to call him every Uncle Tom in the world. I used to. But as I start thinking of their strategy is just to get to the next phase. Their strategy is like, oh, I'm just trying to get here. I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to get through society. I wish my brother was online today, because that joker there, boy, we used to fight back in the day, but I got him now. You know, my brother was a firefighter in Virginia. I know the racism he faced. He probably didn't fight it head on. So a lot of times he probably bit his tongue and went home. He wanted to probably go off, but he saw a bigger picture. He knew if he could financially get acceptable, he could get ahead, he could be able to do for himself, he could be able to do for the next generation. I got him now. For years, I fought him, but now I get what he was doing. He was doing it his way. I'm Malcolm. He's Martin. We 2 different people. You know, that's how we were. I'm gonna go head for head, toe for toe back in the day. But as I got wiser, I'm smarter. And then there's a person in the middle that fights based on the circumstances that arouse itself. Sometimes you're gonna have to smile, and sometimes you're gonna have to just fight. Whichever way it goes, make sure that you keep running forward. That's all. You got to tell our children. You got to make sure they understand whichever way it goes. Make sure you keep moving forward, because here's how this game works. You got the first degree. Now go get the second degree. Get the master's. Don't let them stop with the bachelor's. They got the bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degree, okay, yeah, okay. Bachelor's degree, what did the number say? Bachelor's degree now pay you $30,000 a year. That ain't enough. Sorry, ain't enough. Go get the master's. That's 2 more years. After that, go get the doctorate. That's 2 more years. You want the law degree? Go 2 more years after that. But go get it. It's education, and it's pretty much free. Don't get them loans. Somebody, I got an input in my head, and somebody, I don't know if somebody said it, but I got an input. Loans. No, don't get no loans. Get A's and B's. Y'all got to teach y'all children economics, man. Please. Teach them economics. Economics means don't get a loan, get A's and B's. If you get A's and B's, you don't have to worry about a loan because somebody out there trying to recruit you and they're going to pay for your education. If you get C's and D's, then you have to worry about a loan. No, you're a minority. Get A's and B's and don't have to worry about a loan. Teach them economics. Study hard, get A's and B's, and then you won't have to worry about paying anybody back for that education. Let them pay you to go to school. Let them pay you to advance. Let them move you forward. And don't worry about nobody talking about you ain't black enough. Because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you ain't hanging out in the hood. Or you don't come home to the annual barbecue picnic. Or you don't hang out with the boys no more. Or you don't go clubbing with the girls no more. Don't let them feed that mess to your children. I'm sorry. I said it today. I said it today. 910-765-0097. Yes, it is, Brother Theodore. And I'm sorry I can't talk to you today. Something is going on with the board, and I don't know. I got the phone line on, and Bishop is not here. I am so sorry I can't talk to you online because you are one of my favorite guests. I mean, I gotta share with you about this brother. I didn't know Brother Theodore. I met him on Facebook, and I didn't know he was from Wilmington, but he been following me and watching what I was doing, and I was like, wow, you know, it really made me feel good that he would watch me, and then he would feel the need to, excuse me, the need to tell me that he's been watching and tell me what I need to do. I love that in elders, that when they come and say, I can't have water today, I'm sorry. When you say that, look here, I saw what you're doing and I want you to keep running and I want you to keep moving with it. It made me feel so good because it was like, wow, that's an elder who took the time. Let me tell you what brother did. And this is, I'm still on the same subject about how we guide young people. I'll tell you what brother did. Brother's from Fayetteville. He called me on the phone and said he was coming to the radio station. He rode all the way down here from Fayetteville and he wanted to meet with me. He met with me about 45 minutes. And in the 45-minute conversation, after 45 minutes, he said, well, you know what? I think you got it already. He didn't just keep browbeating me. He said, oh, I just wanted to make sure you got it. And I shared with him some things I had got, but he shared with me some things I hadn't got. And so my listening to my elder enabled me to say, ho, because I had never thought of, excuse my ignorance, because you always say, well, doggone, Dawood, you should have known that. I didn't think about using my Veterans Administration card in the last 25 years. I have a mark on my hand right now that I suffered in the military. I blew a grenade simulator blew up in my hand. I never thought about talking to the VA because when I got out, I was so glad to get out. I didn't want to deal with them people no more, period, because that was my mentality at that age. But he said, whoa, Chief. He said, do you know what you got? He said, do you know what you can, how you can benefit yourself? And if it's not for him talking to me as an elder, that he took the time, the man rode all the way from, that's an hour and a half, to Wilmington to tell me I want to talk to you. And what he wanted to talk to me about, some of the stuff I already had, I listened because I respect my elders. That's the problem with young people today. They don't respect elders. I respect my elders. I respect my father to this day. And he was able to share with me. And I said, wow. So I started. So to say that, Brother Theodore, I pulled my DD form for 214 and I'm going over to the Veteran Administration people this week. And I'm going to check out all the benefits that I'm doing. I'm reserved as a veteran. I didn't realize, I did serve my time in the military as a veteran. I was injured as a veteran. And I've been slacking. So I'm going to make sure I get mine. So, brother, I thank you for your words of advice, and what you gave me was so impactful. I wish I could talk to you live today. I don't know what's going on. We're going to figure this out. But Wednesday, call back and we'll work this out, because I don't know what's going on. We can't get on the line. I got the phone line on. We're going to figure this out. We got. I think it's from change. We got some changes coming on, and we'll be coming on soon. Let me give you one more fact from the EPA. I talked to you about the Economic Policy Institute. And the last thing I want to talk about, Brenda Dixon, because we're talking about these graduates that's graduating and the words of wisdom where we got to get them. Only 40% black homeowners are in America. In 1969, there was only 40% black homeowners. Hasn't changed. In 2018, there's only 40% of us that own homes. In 1969, it was only 40% that own homes. That has to change. And it has to change, and we have to avoid ourselves from predatory lending. We have to make sure that we go in with the tools necessary. So, Brenda Dixon, I don't know if you're online, but I'm calling you out to come talk to your people. When we get a chance, I need to bring her on the station, because she is a person that helps black-owned homes. And once we get into home ownership, I think that's going to be a big shift in our community. When we have over 75 to 80% of blacks owning their homes, they own a home and the property they live in. That means they're no longer in the hood. They're no longer in the projects. They're no longer renting. They're no longer in the environment that produces, or not produces, because it doesn't. I'm sorry for that, saying that. I get a slap for that. They're no longer in the environment which the government is allowed to infiltrate and make sure they put the devices for the 31% to fail. This 31% that failed graduation this year, that didn't walk across that stage, that 31%, there were vices that were put in place. And we allow those vices to be put in place because we sit stagnated in our community, and we continue to allow them to grow. Look, folks, we can keep complaining all day long. I keep telling you, racism ain't stopping, and demand ain't stopping. So we're gonna get up and work sooner or later. I'd rather we do it sooner than later. Robin was trying to call. I wish she had called today, because she wanted to talk about the situation in Houston more. See, now we're gonna go back. I'm gonna backtrack. This last 15 minutes, I got. So we're back real quick. I don't know if you all saw the Houston Moore video on my page, where the police went in Houston Moore and they tried to arrest somebody, and it went ballistic. Y'all can get mad at me, but that's your 31% right there. Some of them, not all of them. Not saying that Houston Moore is going to produce all of the 31%, but that's some of the 31% that I saw in that video. So home ownership is going to allow us to get past that, because it's going to allow families to move out of situations that they're in. Because as long as we're in government barracks, because that's what that is. Housing projects is government barracks. Do you understand that? Those are government barracks that's controlled by them, ran by them, and orchestrated by them. Everything is flushed into those barracks are controlled by them. Those projects are governmental barracks. And so we have to find a way to get our people out of those situations into better situations, because until we do that, we're going to be ever in their hands and control, because we're living in government barracks. You can't do nothing. They tell you when to come, when to go, who you can have in your home, who you can't have in your home. What you can get, what you can't get, what you can buy, what you can't buy. The only thing they don't have is gates. Farewell to welfare. I've said it years ago. Other folks have said it years ago. Those are government barracks. So when you saw the situation in Houston Moore, you saw the behavior of people living in government barracks because the government now can infiltrate them and cause them to act and think the way they want them to think and cause situations that cause 31% not to graduate. Simple as that. I didn't see that video yet, Robin. Please send it to me because I didn't see that one. She said there's another video that happened this weekend, all out riot, because they're living in government barracks. And so they can feed when you're living in someone else's house, when you're living in Brenda, please help me with this one because we got to get more homeowners. We got to get more people out of the living conditions they're in so we can produce more and get this rate up. Well, I know what happened with mine. I took mine out. I made sure mine. Yeah, I made sure. I know what happened. I had to pay extra to make sure they lived at Sago Bay and Echo Farms. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. I talked to Frankie this weekend. We was talking, and he said, "I saw your daughter at a concert this weekend at the Wilson Center." Now, you didn't see her at the club. You didn't see my daughter at the club. He said, "I saw your daughter at a concert." Over at Link, we have the ability to sometimes support the Wilson Center, and they give us a kickback for our residents at Link, and we go over there and work for them, and then they give us a kickback. It's a fundraising program that we use, and they use at the Wilson Center. He said, "I was in the Wilson Center working, and I saw your daughter." All right, yeah, that's where you see my daughter at the Wilson Center. She said, "Yeah, she was at the concert at the Wilson Center." My daughter's 23, by the way. Yeah, 24. She said, "Yeah, I saw your daughter at the Wilson Center." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who you saw her with?" There wasn't no folks. Yeah, I said, "I know." Because she grew up in an environment that was conducive for her to get a proper education. I have 3 children that went to early college in this city. It can be done, y'all. It can be done, you all. It can be done. I'm not talking what I don't know. I have 3 children that went through the early college program at WEC over at Cape Fear Community College. I'm not just talking to talk. I'm trying to walk the walk. 3 of them. So I mean, I got 3 associate's degrees and I didn't pay 1 dime. It was my taxpayers' dollars that paid that. You all don't know about the early college program. They got one at Holly. They got one at UNCW and one at Cape Fear. Your child can graduate from school with a 2-year degree. No, you got to give up something. I had to give up football. I had to give up basketball. My son was a football running back. I had to give it up. Why? I looked at myself. I looked at my frame, and I realized I looked at myself and his mother, and I was like, you know what? This boy ain't gonna never be past 6'3". He ain't gonna never be 6 foot. I'm 5'9". She's 5'10". You know, I'm looking at his frame, and I'm saying this boy ain't gonna make 6 foot. If you do, he might make 6'1" or 6'2", but he never gonna be an NFL running back, and he sure not gonna be an NBA basketball player. So I had to make a decision at an early age. Even though he loves sports, I had to say, no, I'm going to move you to a program that's going to produce your educational process. He was mad, yes. My daughter was a ballet dancer in middle school. I was putting in ballet classes. Of course, she wanted to be a cheerleader. She was a cheerleader for his Pop Warner football team. So, of course, she wanted to go to high school to be a cheerleader. That's every girl's dream, to be a high school cheerleader. But I had to make the hard choice for her and say, baby girl, I'm sorry. I know you want to be a cheerleader, but I need you to get this academic education over here and get this 2-year associate's degree. I had to make that choice for her. She was trying to make the choice to be a cheerleader, and I was trying to make the choice for her future. She was mad, yes. But she's not mad now. She was mad then, but she's not mad now. He was mad then, but he's not mad now. I had another one that scored 110 on the ASVAB test. I want 110 on the military test. I had to make a decision. Send them to college or send them to the Air Force. Let's go at 110. The average black male score is 30. The boy scored 110. Oh, they recruiting. You can go in with double rank. I had to help him make that choice for him. If I left it to him to make the choice, he'd still be sitting there at McDonald's somewhere. No, these are the tough choices we need to make for our children, and parents don't understand that. We're so busy trying to be their brothers and their sisters. Stop being their parents, their mamas and their daddies. I'm sorry. Yeah. Stop being their brothers and sisters. Stop being their girlfriends and boyfriends. Be their mamas and daddies. Make the tough choices for them. That they're not at 16, 17, 18. They're not equipped to make those decisions. Help them make the decisions for them and guide them and force them over into something that's painful but beneficial. Painful but beneficial. And something that will put them on a path to excellence. Put them on a path to greatness. So to all my graduates is out there, all my graduate parents is out there, keep pushing your children. You've done a great job, parents. You all that have children that graduated, you did a great job, but the job is not over. Go get the 4-year. Go get the master's. Go get the doctorate degree. So I need that 69% to graduate the next day. I need 49% of them to be PhD professors in this country. Yes. That's what, 4 more years? Go get it. I need them to be PhD scholars in this country and take it by storm. Stop thinking that the only way we can take this country is basketball, football, rapping, and movie stars and being on the screen. That's what they got. That's the game. That's what I talked about today. That's the game they got played. It's the game. That's the game they got for you. Appreciate you, Andrew Gregory. That's the game they got. It's a game. They got you playing the game. It's all a game. Shoot a ball. Go in front of the movie screen. Play some music. And that's all we got for you. No. Produce scholars. Charles Drew. Benjamin Banneker. Yeah. Scholars. The real McCoy. Engineers. Produce those. Yes. Leaders in our community. Oh, I love Sister Lana Guinier. Yeah, y'all might not agree with her, but I love her scholarship. Lana Guinier. Yes. We got plenty of history. Teach your children those history of those scholars that's been in our community that can make a better world and a better tomorrow. Angela Davis. Yes. Yes, Angela Davis. Yeah. Tell your daughters about Angela Davis. Yes. Peace and blessing, y'all. Love you all. You graduates, once again, job well done. Keep moving, families. Keep working with your children. Keep moving in the right direction. I'll see you back here on Wednesday at 12:30. The show is called No Cover, Straight Talk, No Chase. I'm your host, Dowd Mean, coming to you out of the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. Don't forget about our Making of Impact banquet on June the 23rd, 2018 at 7 p.m. That's June the 23rd, 2018 at 7 p.m. at the Coastline Convention Center. Making an Impact banquet. Pick your tickets up right here at WLTT 1180 AM. Pick them up today. I think I need 5 more. But get your tickets. Peace and blessings.